All right, guys, here I am at the parking lot for the Old Stone House, a pioneer wayside where they believe that George Washington stayed. This is a little bit north of Moraine State Park, where my run begins. It will take me through the park, down through McConnell's Mill, and to Hell's Hollow, which is where I will finish. It's a brisk morning. I don't know if you can see my breath. It's a little under 40 degrees. I'm ready to get this thing started. I'm all packed up and ready to go. Let's hit it.
My journey today will take me back in time as I run through two state parks, Moraine State Park and McConnell's Mill State Park. The area's history goes back thousands of years to when glaciers crawled southward, damming the northern flowing Muddy Creek. This created several large lakes that only lasted as long as the glacial dam. As the glaciers receded and the lakes drained, floods rushed through the valley that now holds Slippery Rock Creek, wearing away the rock, revealing a deep gorge. Within 200 years, strip mines and oil wells once littered the landscape. Now, with the area containing two of Pennsylvania's most beautiful state parks, visitors can enjoy boating, swimming, hiking, biking, historical monuments, and of course, trail running. This map shows the route I will take. 100% of my run will take place along the 26-mile section of the 4,600-mile-long North Country Trail. I carried most of my gear with me and did my best to document my adventure as I run Park to Park. This is the logo for the North Country Trail, but these blue blazes are used more frequently to mark the trail. This specific one indicates that the trail goes left. More often than not, blazes appear on the trees to make sure that you are staying on the right trail, so I followed the blue blazes and headed south. I passed some tubing used to collect maple sap for syrup, and the sun finally started to peek out and warm me up.
3-mile update on the North Country Trail. This is West Liberty Road. I'll show you guys on the map. West Liberty Road is right here. We're gonna cross the road and head up. It's getting warmer outside, sun's coming out. So I think I might start shedding my clothes. Gloves first, they'll come off. Then probably my pants. Put shorts on. Probably gonna eat something here too. I think I'm going for the PB&J. All right, see you in a bit.
As I moved deeper into Moraine State Park, I imagined myself at the very edge of the Kent Moraine, the furthest extent of the late Wisconsin glaciation. With a fantastic view of Lake Arthur, I was reminded of the three lakes, Edmund, Watts, and Prouty, that once covered the area. None of those same lakes exist today, as they drained away while the glacier melted and receded.
About a 5.25 mile update. Thought this was a good time. I'm going up a pretty steep hill. We just crossed over 528. 528 continues on and goes across Lake Arthur. We have now entered our Glacier Ridge portion of the North Country Trail here. They overlap for most of the time through Moraine State Park. Lots of ups and downs on this trail, so I'm gonna get in my fair share of walking. You can see me climbing higher and higher here. So we're doing good so far. Let's go.
So here is the trail I am going to go down, but I wanted to point out this rock cairn that marks a high point on the trail. And I wanted to visit this post over here that contains a logbook that I am going to write my name in. Some people like to stack these rock structures along the trail, but others think that it breaks the leave no trace rule, so you won't see them as often as other trail markers. So you just open this up here, grab the book and a pen, and write your name in it. You can see all the people who have visited the trail. I know this trail is pretty popular, so the logbook is almost full. There are lots of folks who had traveled quite far to visit. I think I will write my name here.
We are at Mount Union Road, about 9.5 miles. We're gonna cross the road and we're gonna keep going. We are almost to the bike rental, which is where I'm gonna get some food. So let's go across the road here. Pretty common place for me to be running here on the Glacier Ridge portion of the North Country Trail. So let's keep going. See you in a bit. Bye.
At this bridge, I knew I was nearing the point where my wife and kids were meeting me with food and water. I was excited to see them. Running alone on the trail for hours can get quite lonely. As I rounded the corner, my kids were yelling for me, and it felt almost as good as finishing a race.
That's him! That's him!
All right, about 13 and a half mile update. I'm gonna keep going down from the bike rental to the boat launch at Moraine. And then we're gonna keep going down to McConnell's Mills. A little bit of trail, some road, and we'll be at Alpha Pass Trailhead pretty soon. Check out my videos right here. Everything I've run so far, I did in 3 runs over quarantine, and those you can check out right here. Please do. Thanks. See you soon.
Traveling down the western side of Lake Arthur, I will soon be approaching the dam. Construction of the dam began in 1968 and was not finished until 1970, the same year Moraine State Park opened. Before the plans for the dam's location were finalized, the broad plain that once held Lake Watts was prepared to be flooded. Mine shafts and oil wells throughout the area were filled. Route 422 was relocated and expanded to 4 lanes. The trail I was following leads right under 2 long bridges that pass over the lake. Here you can see the remnants of old Route 422 and its new location in the background.
All right, this is a 16-mile update. I am headed west of Lake Arthur and Moraine State Park, heading to McConnell's Mill. I'm about to hit some road for about 2 miles. This should be a bit of a relief on the ankles. The trail over here is not bad. More flat areas. Able to go a little bit faster. But see you later.
Notice the blue blazes, which I continue to follow out of Moraine State Park and onto McConnell's Mill State Park. Even though I ran along the road for about 2 miles, I was still on the North Country Trail.
Okay, we are in 18 and a half miles. Just came down the steps from the trailhead at Alpha Pass. We are right along the Slippery Rock Gorge Trail, right along the Slippery Rock Creek. Hopefully I can get a little shot of that. We're gonna keep on going. Really almost unrunnable. Tons of boulders all around and just massive roots. So we'll be walking for a little bit.
Slippery Rock Creek is a direct result of the high volume of water that periodically flowed through the gorge as the glacier receded, draining Lake Watts. The flood waters deepened the gorge and eroded soft Mercer shale beneath hard Holmwood sandstone, leaving the sandstone as an overhanging cliff. As the sandstone cracked, large blocks broke loose, some falling into the bottom of the gorge, making it wider and less deep. Thomas McConnell's Mill still stands and is the park's main attraction. Downstream, one of the county's 2 covered bridges spans the creek and transports traffic daily.
All right, 20-mile update. There's rocks everywhere. It's very hard to run. My feet are starting to hurt. Got a rock plate in my shoe, so that's helping. Lots of people out here today. Passing, getting past. Lots of activity. All right, almost to the end. I think about 4 miles left. Feeling good.
It would actually end up being 6 more miles as I approached and turned up one of Slippery Rock Creek's 19 tributaries, called Hell Run, and made my way toward the trailhead at Hell's Hollow.
24-mile update. My legs are starting to get real tired. I keep tripping over roots and rocks. We have, I think, about a mile or 2 left to go. I'm carrying on here, doing my best, seeing more and more people, so that must mean I'm getting closer and closer to the parking lot. I can't wait to be done. Let's keep going.
As I approached the end of my run, with my muscles cramping and my lips cracking, I tried to picture the past around me. 3 massive lakes dammed by the encroaching glacial moraine, the forests of hemlock, pine, and maple that rose as the temperatures warmed, fast rushing waters that carved a deep gorge, a scar across the earth, iron mines, oil wells, dams, furnaces, and mills that our ancestors used to live off the land and enjoy what nature had given them. And now, 2 state parks with 1 trail to connect them. Who knows who or what had stood where I stood? Only the dirt and rocks know. The same rocks I trampled and tripped over as I ran park to park.